Two leading HR platforms, Rippling and TriNet. One big question, which one really delivers? On the left, Rippling, all-in-one, global-first HR and payroll. And on the right, TriNet, expert-led HR and compliance for SMBs. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect.
Before we jump right in, let's map out exactly what we're comparing so you know what to expect. So here's the mind map: pricing, global reach, compliance and risk, integrations and platform, ease of use and experience, and finally, support and customization. Yep, we're leaving no stone unturned.
All right, let's kick off with pricing, because honestly, this is usually where most people start. So Rippling is pretty upfront. They start at $8 per employee per month, plus a $35 base fee. I actually love how modular they are. You can kind of build your own HR platform, pick what you actually need, and not get stuck in some giant contract. One thing though, if you keep adding features, the price can climb up. So, heads up there. Now, TriNet, on the other hand, they're like super custom. You've got to chat with a sales rep just to see your price. It's this whole thing, and while their PEO bundles all sorts of services, you really don't know what you're going to pay up front. So for transparency and flexibility, Rippling totally wins here. Up next, global reach. Oh, and here's something cool about Rippling. You can seriously hire in over 50 countries, and it's all built in, so you get one platform for pretty much everywhere your team could grow in 2025. You've got EOR, contractor support, and automated payroll, even compliance checks across the board. Seriously global vibes. But TriNet, they're strong if you're US-based and dabbling in global hiring. It's mostly partnerships and not really native, seamless global operations. So if you want to expand worldwide and want it easy, that's Rippling's win for sure. Now let's chat compliance and risk. Super important because who wants headaches with regulations? Rippling comes packed with things like GDPR, CCPA automation, and permissions all in one spot. But I'd say if you're just doing business in the US, TriNet really brings their A game here. They've got experts who actually know industry-specific stuff and US labor laws like the back of their hand. If you want the safest hands for US regulations, TriNet, hands down, takes this round.
Wait, before we keep rolling, did you know Rippling can actually onboard hires in over 50 countries? All in-house. TriNet's mostly US-focused, so if you're going global, that's huge. I mean, that's a crazy difference.
Okay, moving into integrations and platform. Rippling honestly goes wild here. Over 500 integrations, super modern interface, and tons of automation. You can hook up almost anything, and their API lets you get pretty creative. Sometimes, yeah, it takes a little work to set up, but it's worth it if you're a techie. TriNet's platform is solid, don't get me wrong, especially for benefits and reporting, but their integrations are way more limited, and if you love flashy interfaces, theirs is just a bit more classic corporate. So, surprise, surprise, Rippling is our winner again. Next, ease of use and experience. Rippling's UI is honestly smooth. Here it feels like some Silicon Valley startup, all sleek, self-service, automated IT stuff. But I will say, if you're a very small US-only business, it might feel like overkill. On the flip side, TriNet has that full-on expert HR support. So if you want someone guiding you through everything, they shine there. But sometimes it can feel a little bureaucratic and not as user-friendly for tiny teams. So yeah, I have to give this one to Rippling, especially for modern features and automation.
And last up, support and customization. This is almost too close to call. Rippling gives you 24/7 chat support and tons of customization. Roles, workflows, you name it. Sure, a few folks mention escalation can be slow sometimes, but TriNet? They hit that human, industry-specific support and give you a real account manager. Big plus, but their customization options aren't as deep. Honestly, this one's a tie. It really depends on whether you want tech first or personalized support. All right, let's zoom out and compare both side by side, so you can see how Rippling and TriNet stack up on all the main categories. Looking at the scores, Rippling kind of runs away with it for global stuff, integrations, ease of use, but TriNet dominates US compliance and expert guidance. Overall, Rippling edges out TriNet in most areas. So here's my take. If you're thinking big,
Like international teams, automation, and crazy integrations, rippling is just hard to beat in 2025. But if you're an SMB in the US and you want deep compliance support and hand-holding from experts, TriNet is honestly a really strong pick. You kinda can't go wrong. But the winner overall for versatility, it's gotta be rippling.
Thinking of scaling your workforce? Make sure to seriously compare platforms before you decide. I mean, it's your team's future, so choose wisely.